Hi everyone, and welcome to this pregnancy yoga flow. This is an everyday yoga flow for times where you might be suffering with aches and pains from your pregnancy, lower back ache, maybe suffering from rounding in the shoulders, and you just want to open up the chest. It's a full body flow and it's suitable for all trimesters, first, second, or even third. I'm actually 31 weeks. I'm still practicing yoga most days. So, of course, listen to your body, take advice from your doctor, your midwife, and we'll get started at the back of the mat. So, coming to a kneeling position, you want to make sure you've got two blocks as well. If you don't have blocks, you could use books or even cushions are really great to use in your practice. So, coming to a comfortable seat, perhaps propping yourself on that cushion, and then taking one palm in the other, closing down your eyes, broadening across the collarbones, and taking a deep breath in for baby. Inhale and exhale for you. Bringing one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your baby. Inhale for baby. And exhale for you. One more deep breath, just like that. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good. Taking the knees nice and wide. Stretching your arms forwards, coming into your child's pose. Again, you might be sat on that cushion. And then start to cultivate your own breath. So ideally your Ujjayi breath, if you're familiar with it, breathing in and out of the nose. Otherwise, a nice slow and controlled breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Two more, stretching arms forwards, inhaling and exhaling. One more big breath here, inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to start with some gliding cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, bend the elbows, arch the spine, come into your cow pose, look up. And then as we exhale, we're going to round through our angry cat and send our hips to our heels, coming into a child's pose. Inhale, we're going to come all the way up into our cow, look up, arch spine. Exhale, tucking tailbone and sending our hips back all the way to our heels. Now taking a few more in your own time, linking breath with movement. Inhale and exhale. Again, breathing Ujjayi in through the nose, out through the nose. Nice, one more. Good. Inhale, come into your cow pose, come into your all fours position, look up. And exhale, we're going to round into our angry cat. This time, keeping the hips above the knees. So inhale, arch your spine, lift your tailbone, look up. Exhale, round and push the mat away. One more, inhale. And exhale. Lovely. From here, tuck your toes, walk your hands back, and come into your toe stand. You might want to take your hands on blocks, taking some of the weight out of the toes if this is quite intense. So our feet take a lot of the burden of our pregnancy. We're holding a lot more extra weight. So this is a really nice one to release the soles of the feet. And then just take a couple of deep breaths there. If it feels okay, you can bring your arms overhead, taking hold of the elbows, starting to open up the chest. Another 2 breaths here. One more. And then slowly release the hands, release the feet, tap out the feet. And then we'll sit back to our heels, but this time working into the front of the feet, so the ankles, the shins, maybe starting to lift the knees. Otherwise, just again, taking some of the weight into the block. Lifting the knees. If it feels okay, you can bring your hands to your heart. releasing out through the fronts of the feet. And don't be alarmed if your feet are kind of barking at you. This is really intense for a lot of people. It takes a lot of practice, and especially in pregnancy, but it's a nice one if you're getting cramps at night, if you're getting swollen feet. It's a great one for releasing the ankles, the calves, the feet. And then slowly come out of the pose, tap your feet. Very nice. And then keeping hips above knees, we're going to stretch the arms forwards, coming into Anahatasana, forehead to a block, to the mat. Maybe chin and chest if you are quite open through the torso. Allowing your chest to release, just softening through the belly, allowing your baby to hang heavy. Taking a couple of deep breaths in. Starting to warm up through the spine, warm up through the body. One more inhalation. One more exhalation to come out. Nice. Coming into your all fours again. We're going to press the left hand down. Inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to thread the needle but hover the elbow. Nice. 2 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, thread the needle, hover the elbow. 1 more. Inhaling. And then exhaling, finding your thread the needle pose. Maybe right ear comes to a block, to cushion. Just settling down into your thread the needle pose, extending left arm forwards if you would like. Otherwise, you can bring the left hand closer towards the face. You could even wrap it around and take a half bind. Slowly deepening your breath. And then gently we'll come out of the pose. So just simply pressing into the left hand, placing your right hand alongside it. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round and dome through your spine. Nice. Other side, taking right hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to thread the needle, hover the elbow. Inhale, we're taking it all the way up. Exhale, we're threading. Nice. 1 more inhale. And exhale, settle into your pose. Option here to extend the right arm forward. Option to take it around, taking a half bind. Maybe closing down the eyes, softening your gaze, settling into your thread the needle. Releasing the lower, the mid of the back. Another few gentle, nourishing breaths here. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out to come out. So pressing into the right hand and placing your left hand alongside it. Nice. So from here, you can either take a child's pose, or if you feel okay, start to lift the hip bones and come into your first downward facing dog. So you might be paddling out through the hamstrings, walking out your down dog, taking any movements that feel good, and then eventually find some stillness. So allow your spine to lengthen, allow your heels to drop down towards the mat, and we're gazing between the feet. Take an inhale to lift and lengthen through your tailbone. Take an exhale to press your chest back. Very nice. One more deep breath here. Gazing forward. Starting to tiptoe your feet to the top of the mat, or however you want to get there. Maybe you need to drop a knee. That is fine. And then bring your hands onto your blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can take your hands onto your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, feet are wide. Nice. 2 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, we fold. 1 more. Inhale, pressing into blocks, lengthening your spine, pulling lower belly in. And exhale, we fold. Nice, releasing your hands, starting to press through the feet, rolling up nice and slowly, coming all the way up to stand. And then bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby again. And we'll start with some hip circles. So starting our standing sequence with some hip circles, just moving intuitively. So perhaps big circles, small circles, figures of 8. You decide, listening to your body. Always coming back to your breath. Finding your foundation, finding your center of balance. So throughout pregnancy, our center of balance is shifting. So just grounding through the feet now. Finding our center of balance. So feet are hip distance, palms face forwards. Shoulders are drawing back. We're tucking tailbone under and lengthening through the crown of the head. Visualize a piece of string drawing you up towards the sky. Good. So from here, we're going to step the left foot back and we'll come into warrior 1. So we're reaching the arms up. Right leg is forwards. Lengthening tailbone under. Try to take that bend out of the lumbar spine, the lower back. And again, come back to that ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose. So this nice sleepy audible breath is going to carry us throughout pregnancy, but also it's a great tool to use throughout labor, whether that's vaginal or a C-section. That's a really calming breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to open out warrior 2. So gaze forward, middle finger, and again tuck your tailbone under. Lengthen your tailbone. Keep pressing into the outer edge of that right foot to help draw this front thigh back. Nice. Right forearm to the right thigh, left arm sweeps forwards, extended side angle, and we're peeling open through the chest. From here, we're going to move between extended side angle and reverse warrior. So inhale to reverse and exhale to extend. Nice. 2 more. Inhale, reverse and exhale to extend. 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Gazing down, coming into our Trikonasana. So the right hand can come to the thigh, the shin. Maybe it comes onto one of your blocks. And then you lean back, opening the chest. Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose. 2 more deep, nourishing breaths here. Good. From here, we're going to take our hands on both blocks and we'll step that left foot forwards. So we're coming into an extended pyramid pose. So inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold on the inside of this right leg. So the back heel can be down, it can be extended, and we can be lifting the heel. You decide. So you might want more space in your pregnancy. So in that case, extend your pyramid. Otherwise, you can press the heel down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, we forward fold. Very nice. 1 more breath. Good. From here, we're going to come down onto the knees. And we're going to lift up into a low lunge. So option 1 is to take our hands on our front thigh. Option 2 is to reach our arms up above. So again, it's your practice. Listen to your body. You don't have to go too far today. It's really about connecting to your breath, connecting to your baby, and bringing some movement into the body. It doesn't have to be, a struggle. And then slowly from here, hands to blocks. So we're going to straighten the right leg. So we're coming into a half split, but hands are on the inside to make space for baby. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinging from the hips, folding forwards. Nice. Maybe lowering your blocks, maybe extending your arms. Another deep breath. And then slowly from here, we're going to step the left foot forwards. So we're coming into a yogi squat. Your version might be quite high, or you might be able to come quite low. Again, you can bring your hands on blocks to support you, or you can bring your hands to heart center, pressing into the upper arms, inner thighs, and lengthening through your spine. Take a moment here to pause in your practice. Bring your awareness to the third eye, that center of intuition. Listening to the quality, the length of your own breath. And then slowly from here, forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nice. This time we're going to bend the knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. So we're building into a little bit of strength. So remembering that despite us going through a lot of changes in our body, we are really strong. And actually pregnancy is the ultimate sign of health. So just feeling into the strength of your legs here. One more deep breath. Slowly coming back to that Tadasana. Maybe taking a little wiggle into the hips, grounding down through the feet, feeling into that strong stability of your stand. Standing tall, squeezing glutes. And then we'll go on the other side. So right leg steps back, left leg is forwards. Inhale, warrior one. Tucking tailbone under, drawing baby in. Softening shoulders. Another 2 breaths. One more, keep pressing into that back heel to stretch through that back calf. Take another inhalation. Exhale, warrior two. So bending into the front knee. Again, lengthening tailbone down, drawing baby in, and broadening across the collarbones. Arms are active and straight. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm sweeps up above, extended side angle. And then from here, we'll move between extended side angle and reverse warrior. So inhale to reverse. Exhale to extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. So imagine you're moving through water or thick honey. Inhale. And exhale, extend. Left leg straightens. Find your version of your Trikonasana, maybe with or without a block. Bottom hand to the thigh, to the shin, and then we're tucking bottom hip under. Right hip draws back. Nice. Perhaps closing your eyes for a moment, challenging your balance. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, both hands come to blocks. We step the right foot in. And then you choose, either heel is down or we're extending our pyramid. If you don't have blocks, you might have to extend to make more space. And we're folding on the inside to make space for baby. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in, drawing your left hip back, right hip forwards. Good, take another deep breath. Bending into the left knee, dropping back knee. Coming into our low lunge, either hands to the left thigh or arms up above. Opening the chest, gazing up if you can. Keeping that back toe tucked for stability. Breathing deeply. Let the hands come all the way down now as we flex the foot. Hands are on blocks or to the mat, you decide. They can also be lengthening forwards. And we're coming into a half split. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, we forward fold, working into the left hamstring. A couple more deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Lovely. And then slowly we're going to step forwards. We're coming back into that yogi squat. Maybe this time we're rounding. So you can take the hands onto the blocks. You can round through your spine. Or of course you can come into that other variation. If it's quite hard for you, come a little higher, work your strength. So actually that one can be a little bit more challenging sometimes, coming a bit higher and using your strength. Nice. And then from here, we're going to make our way down onto the mat. So use your hands, take your time, make sure that you are safe. And then we're coming into a forward fold. So you might want to roll up a blanket, roll up your mat. You can sit on your pillow. And then we're going to take the feet nice and wide. Inhale, reach the arms up above. And then exhale, take hold of what you can, the calves, ankles, sides of the feet, big toes. Inhale, broaden across the collarbones. Exhale, fold in. Nice, and it doesn't have to be too deep of a pose. You might just stay quite upright, but there's a folding sensation. With every out breath, we're folding a bit deeper. Another deep breath here. Slowly taking your hands behind you, we're going to take the right foot on top of the left knee, and we'll use this left leg like a pendulum. For some of you, you might feel more comfortable with the whole of the leg down. Others can bend. And as I say, use this left leg like a pendulum or like a gear stick. The closer in, the deeper it's going to be. Hands are behind us. We're broadening the chest and we're pressing that right knee away. So releasing out this right glute. You can also bring a touch of movement into the pose to release more tension. Good. And then slowly from here, we're going to turn it into double pigeon. So the left leg is underneath, the right leg is on top. If this is too much, just simply come into your Sukhasana, your easy seat, cross-legged, and then you can forward fold. Otherwise, maybe you use blocks to support underneath the knees. Or if you can stack the shins and you feel quite comfortable, you might use blocks underneath your forearms, or you can come all the way down if it's okay. We're aiming to feel it in the outer hips. So it's a really great one for releasing the lower back, for releasing any tension in the hips or the glutes during your pregnancy. Breathing in nice and slowly. Breathing out even slower. Taking your hands in. Releasing the legs, allowing the knees to fall from side to side. And then we'll take it straight onto the other side. So left foot stacks on top of right knee. Of course, some of you might be seated completely with the right leg extended, or you can use this right leg like a gear stick, like a pendulum, maybe bring some movement into the pose. Just opening up that left hip, left glute, pressing that left knee away from you and opening your chest, pressing into the hands. And then slowly from here, turning it into our double pigeon, flexing both feet, stacking the shins, using blocks if you need, of course, coming into a normal cross-legged position if this is just not working for you today. And then forward folding, maybe using blocks underneath your forearms like I'm doing, whatever works for you. So knowing that your body is always changing week by week and day by day, and this continues post-birth as well. So not comparing yourself, Just knowing that everything is always evolving, whether it's in your practice or whether it's off your mat. One more deep breath in. And then slowly bring your hands in, coming into your version of your cross-legged position. We'll take a seated twist to close our practice. So left hand to the right knee, right hand behind, maybe onto a block. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, twist and rotate. So a nice open twist here, making space for baby. If it's too intense, you can just twist just a tad. Doesn't have to be so deep. Nice. And then slowly we'll take it to the other side. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. And exhale, twist and rotate, maybe pressing left hand into a block or cushion. Coming back to center, bringing your hands all the way up, inhaling, gathering all of that positive energy, and exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed that practice, I will link my full digital pregnancy yoga course down below with 6 weeks of pregnancy yoga. Otherwise, comment below, let me know what you think, and if you would like more kind of practices like this. Good luck with the rest of your pregnancy. Thank you.